Yo, what up, Quicks?
Yo, GM Fox 1 2, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, dude. Welcome, fam. DeWiCats Hotspot episode number 3. We're happy to be here, man. Happy to have you guys here. Happy that the Meow auctions are absolutely crushing it right now. Episode number 3, we have a really special guest today, Hotspotty, the Dpin Hub. Check out their website. If you haven't already dropped your email address and subscribed, I highly suggest that you do. But we'll be talking to them. We got updates from the DeWiCats and whole bunch of new cats that have been minted and sent to auction. Super happy to see that. A legendary even came out. So we're going to talk about all that and more. But first, let's do our weekly check-ins, dude. Got to check in with the fam. Good to see you. Who do we have? Marcial over there on the count?
Yeah, no, on the account today is actually Peroni. Marcial is over there. He's just listening. It's actually his
What's
birthday
up?
today, so we have to give him a little break for today.
Dude, let's go. Happy birthday, Marcial. So happy to have you, man. And yeah, you deserve a break today. So Peroni holding it down. How are you doing today, fam?
Doing good, man. Excited about these auctions. Today was pretty crazy. I don't know if you're looking, but yeah, today's auction, there was a huge bidding war happening, so pretty happy about that. People are fighting over those cats.
I'm telling you, man, it's only going to get rougher. It's like PvP out there, fam. Everyone loves and supports each other until they're going at it in the meow auctions. But no, to the winner is we'll talk about that in a little bit and how that went down and the previous winners also because since we last spoke, we've had a few more cats that joined our community. And speaking of cool cats in the community, Alberto Sales, appreciate you joining tonight, fam. How are you doing over there?
What's up, bro? Pretty good myself. It's hump day, so I'm just trying to make it to Friday. It's been a rough week.
Yeah, I feel that, man. Everyone's been feeling a rough week, dude. But you gotta embrace Wednesdays. Wednesdays are the best day. Everyone's working. It's just you got to embrace the storm. Grass doesn't grow without rain. So and plus we have the DY hotspots on Wednesday, so you should be super bullish to look forward to this every week. And we have an amazing guest up today, Hotspotty. Happy to have you here, fam. Who do we have on the account, and how you doing today?
Hey man, thanks so much for having me. It's Daniel. I'm one of the co-founders of Hotspot, and happy to be here. It's not Wednesday anymore. It's Thursday. But yeah, very busy week. But we keep working hard, and therefore the week goes by very fast.
Dude, that's yeah. It seems like that, man. This week has just been like it's been a grind, but it's also been flying by really quickly. I'm really happy that it's Wednesday. We got the fam here. We want to get into Hotspotty and give you a chance, but let's build up the room a little bit. So make sure you guys that are just joining like and repost, drop a comment. It is absolutely free to do. Really helps us with the algorithm and shows support. But before we get Hotspotty, their platform, let them go over their origin story and what they're building. Peroni, do you want to give a quick little update on the news from today and the auctions, for our DWE cats that are listening and for those tuning back right now?
Yeah, for today, I don't know if you saw, but we released our Blink, our DWeCat auction Blink. So now it's powered by Dialect. So those blockchain links, you can bid directly from Twitter. So we were pretty excited about that. And then other than that, yeah, we had that big auction today, 1 million mobile for that ghost cat with those pink eyes.
Dude, who got it? Who was the winner of the Ghost Cat?
I have no idea who got it. Like they still haven't showed their face on Discord, and I'm still waiting to see who it was.
Dude, that is so bullish. 1 million mobile token. Let's go, dude. That's amazing, dude. And really just is like you guys deserve it. You've been working really hard towards this. The art is absolutely amazing. The ghost eyes looks amazing. So, dude, congratulations to the winner, whoever you are. Well worth it, especially with the price of mobile token right now. So that is extremely bullish. Congratulations. Uh, and those are still going on daily. Yes, so that means tomorrow, the day after, every day right now, there's a new meow auction.
Yep, yeah, we actually have a special one coming out tomorrow, number 88. We got a little something special cooking for that. lucky number.
Dude, I am hyped to see it, man. It's just awesome just seeing all the new cats just being brought into the ecosystem. And I'm happy to meet this new holder, dude, for sure. Because we have an amazing governance voting system at the DeWiCats. We'll get into that more. But right now, we got Hotspotty up here. Dave, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Even though you're a day ahead into the future, it's still Wednesday over here at the DY Hotspot. So we appreciate you taking the time to be here, fam. Do you want to give a quick little origin story of Hotspotty and how you guys came about and where you're at right now?
Yeah, for sure. Happy to be here. Pretty hyped about DY and DP and anything in the space. Basically, me and my co-founder Max, we started in helium back in 2020 by being like one of the first people in Europe to get to build actually hotspots, right? Like I'm a hardware engineer. I've been building like everything in IoT for a long time. And then once I figured out what Helium was trying to do was summer 2020, I immediately got addicted by this idea. It was an amazing time. Up to the point that I was lucky enough actually that I already had all the components at home to build a hotspot. So then I joined Discord. Discord is like quite a small community. I can see a buy here. Like we spent a lot of time back in the day. And then Helium actually gave me one of the Swarm keys, which is like the code to onboard the device into the network. Basically, one of the first Helium hotspots in Europe was in my kitchen. At that time, I was like, okay, this is actually an idea that is here to change the world. I've been working with something called the Things Network in the past, and my first thought was like, okay, the Things Network it's in the past now because this idea of like incentivize users with crypto to onboard and grow like a network. It's an amazing thing that we haven't really seen before in this scale. And basically, we just started deploying hotspots like crazy, right? We basically deploy over 100 hotspots. So I think up to like 150 hotspots around Portugal and Belgium. For me, was an amazing time in my history because everybody was stuck at home during COVID, and we were just like have like duffel bags full of components, hardware, hotspots, and like getting Ubers to go to people's roofs and like kind of dodge the police because we were not allowed to be outside the house, but we're just like in rooftops in Portugal, which is an amazing city if you guys haven't been. And like when we were in Lisbon in summer, the view from the top of the house are amazing, and we're like just like pulling cable, installing hotspots, growing the network. The Helium at the time, I think it had around 4,000 devices, and we spent a lot of time actually building our own network. But then we got to the point that after we deploy, let's say 10 hotspots, the way that we did is we call it the host model. You go to your friend's house, your mom's house, etc., and you say like, okay, I'm gonna install this hardware for free. It's gonna start generating some tokens. We don't know the price of them, but I'm gonna give you at the end of the month 50%, 30% of the rewards, right? And yeah, I mean, can be beer money at the end of the day or at the end of the month. But the problem is that once we start having more than one of 10 hotspots, start getting quite complicated for us to manage what was going on. I remember like once we installed this hotspot in my friend's grandparents, and she just unplugged the hotspot to iron some clothes. She plugged in her iron and then started, ironing the clothes, and she forgot to plug it back. So we had a problem that we needed to always keep track of everything that was happening. Before one thing, of course, calculate the rewards, right? Like at the end of the month, each hotspot generated a different amount of rewards, so we needed to calculate that. Or if a hotspot goes offline, get notified so we can talk to the user, talk to whoever is doing that. And I started doing like something on the weekends, like this kind of like a little SaaS, a little website that you can track everything that was happening. Actually, Abai built something. I think it was the first one who built some sort of like very simple dashboard that you could actually put the hotspot name and you can have the rewards. And based on that, I built what we call hotspotmanager.xyz was the first website. And people could just like start adding the hotspots. You could track actually the rewards. And at the end of the month, you just press a button and it calculates how much you need to pay each user. So it made it very, very easy to calculate and kind of manage your own fleet of devices, right? Because I think a lot of people have one or two hotspots, but then a lot of people also have like hundreds, and it becomes really complicated to do to manage everything that's happening. And that's actually when Hotspot was born. We we then realized that the Helium network is exploding. There's so many people joining, and it's very, very needed to have some tooling to be on top of the Helium layer one. They had their own layer one at the time. Um, and me and Max, my co-founder, then we decided, okay, actually there's an opportunity here because there's this massive demand of people that want to try to manage those devices, right? Um, and after that, we decided to leave our jobs and go all in into Helium, and that's actually when Hotspot was born. I don't know if you have questions. I can talk forever, but from that actually that's when we started like kind of like our journey to the hotspotty world, and we've been like breathing helium ever since.
I love you guys.
Dude,
Just wanted to give you a shout out. I've been using Hottie Spotty since the dawn of time on my IoT hotspots. I just whipped one out recently, reflashed the hard drive. But you guys have been in the game since the beginning of time when we were still syncing to the blockchain and all that. And these things actually mined helium back in the day. That was weird. But sorry for the lateness here. Quicks, thanks for hosting. Just wanted to swing through. As always, I love talking and hearing about helium, and a great opportunity to talk with Hottie Spotty up here. Sorry to steal the stage, Quicks. Much love.
no, Dingus, it's all right, fam. We let you come up here, fanboy out. I know Hotspotty and Daniel here is a legend. He's not signing any autographs right now, but he is out here putting out over 150 hotspots, you said, in Portugal and Belgium.
Yeah.
That is incredible. That's amazing. I'm sure you have some amazing like success stories with getting, people set up with now like new Wi-Fi. And do you want to talk about that really quick before I dive into more about Hotspotty and like the platform?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was for me like a very, very special time, right? For multiple reasons. One, of course, is everyone that we installed a hotspot on their houses, we onboarded them into crypto, right? Like we put a hotspot in someone's house, and then that person like, okay, the first thing you're gonna do now, we wrote this little tutorial. I mean, all these things that I'm talking now happened, like 2020, 2021, a long time ago. But everyone that we installed a hotspot then created a Binance account, and then we started doing the payouts for the Binance account at the time. And it was really magical for me because that's one thing that I can see a lot of deeping projects nowadays. You can really onboard new users into Web3. And it was really cool because a lot of times we never like said to people that they're going to make a lot of money or how much money they're going to make, everything. We always talk about the project they're building, the network that Helium is, right? But it was nice that at some point, some Helium got to like a price point that some users like opened their Binance account one day and they had like $5,000, and those users make like $1,000 a month in salary, you know. So it is really enabling a lot of people to get out and do something different sometimes with their lives. Um, and yeah, it's been incredible, and we think that I think that this ecosystem, like we know like the guys from Helium, Peroni as well. We met at Solana Breakpoint a couple years ago or like a year ago. It's a very small community, but it's growing, and it's a really, really nice community to be part of for sure.
Dude, that's amazing. That's what I love hearing because again, like that is the movement that you're trying to do is set up the Wi-Fi and these hotspots, especially in areas that like people don't get it, and that is huge for what we're trying to do because having a smart device and the internet connection allows you to so many opportunities in blockchain technology and Web3, and with what DePIN apps are doing is just constantly growing day in and day out. Even seeing how the new auction style is happening with the tip links is just we're getting closer and closer to getting the friction less and less for people to onboard. So I love I have used your website before with the mapping and signed in and creating it, so it's free to use basically. Do you want to kind of go over the Hotspotty .net like site and creating an account and what like the perks and benefits are?
Yeah, of course. So back in the time, Helium had its own layer one, right before they moved into Solana, and then I would spend a lot of time actually building, running one of the blockchain for Helium. I actually was one of the few people that managed to run the blockchain and sync the blockchain from block one. I remember back in the time that the database was, I don't know, 300 gigabytes, and took me like 3 months to sync it. But after that, as the network was growing, the database was getting quite big. But it was nice because allow us, by running one of the blockchains, allow us to tap into all the information that was happening into the Helium, like the Helium data. Because one thing that is really cool about Helium, that they're doing everything on chain. Like every transaction, every beacon that the hotspots are sending, how good the other hotspots are recognizing that information. Everything is being recorded on chain, and allow us to build the tooling on top of that. Max, my co-founder, he spent a lot of time actually understanding the code in Erlang for how everything was working, and he was building like a pretty good visualization tool for people to understand, because Helium has a lot of other things that are implemented, such as reward scale. The world is divided in hexagons, and these hexagons have different resolutions, which are sizes, right? So each size of these hexagons have a maximum amount of hotspots that can live inside of it without being slashed in terms of the rewards you're going to receive at the end of the day. So we tried to build a lot of visualization tools, basically everything that we thought that we needed for someone to be like a proper installer, deployer of Helium hotspots, and things that we thought for ourselves that would help us become better deployers, we implemented in the tool. So Hotspot we call it a fleet management solution, or it's like kind of Helium Explorer as well. You can click on hotspots, you can see the rewards through history, through time, for IoT, for mobile now. You can add contacts, you can add installs, you can basically do everything that you need for your installation of Helium hotspots, both mobile and IoT, right? We've been building this platform for, let's say, like almost 4 years now. We managed to get around 300,000 users, and we're managing 40% of the Helium hotspots. So we have around 400,000 hotspots that were being managed through Hotspotty. So it's a pretty exciting number as well. And yeah, of course, I mean, one thing that I would like to touch a little bit later is our transition as well in building now our new tools called Deepin Hub as well. But we can talk about that later in a second.
Oh yeah. We definitely have that on the agenda because I have a few more questions, and you actually like segued into something perfectly. This fleet management solutions, because earlier you were talking about some of the time it took with the overhead of the management. Systems would go down, and you had to communicate. And now being able to track like with the installs and the contacts, like has that created a lot easier for you with management, and how does that help other projects and people setting up their profiles and management for the fleet solution tool?
Sorry, can you repeat again? I think you blocked my Twitter, got a bit weird.
Oh, no worries. So it was basically, I wanted to like kind of dive in more into the fleet management solution tool, because like earlier you had like opened up with stating how you had problems with contacting some of the people managing the hotspots, but now this tool should help with that, as far as with 300,000 users, a lot of people being able to like manage this a lot more seamlessly is a lot. It has you like that's been like the solution for the fleet management thing, right? That's what you're working on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're always trying to make life easier for those who are deploying those devices, because just like climbing roofs and installing the physical device takes a lot of time already, and you don't want to spend a lot of time actually after that, with spreadsheets, try to get like the rewards from the blockchain, and now things are on Solana. It was nice because, like, for example, just for the payouts, right? That's usually how it works. That you, like I said before, you install the device in someone's house, and then you give them a reward of a percentage of the reward. That's a very common use case. but also we implemented payouts in fiat or percentage in fixed amount. But every iteration of the payouts that we did, we tried to make things easier and easier to the point now that imagine you can have 1,000 hotspots. Those 1,000 hotspots have, each one has 3 users that have different percentages. Maybe 2 of those users get paid in AGT or IoT or mobile tokens. One of them gets paid in fiat through like PayPal or like Wise. We built a way that you click one button after you configure your entire fleet, or like it's kind of like an ERP system. You press one button, it calculates everything to pay out everyone. Now with Solana, it's super straightforward with the Helium mobile. It creates a QR code, and the QR code has information which wallet needs to be paid, how much for each wallet. You basically scan one QR code. I think now the limit was 50 people per QR code. So if you have like 100 people, just scan 2 QR codes, you pay everyone. Something that in the beginning I was spending, I don't know, like one evening doing with spreadsheets becomes like 2 minutes or 30 seconds just by scanning with the QR code, right? Another interesting thing that we did that's still live, and we have a lot of people actually who did that, is you can verify your wallet. So you add a wallet to your Hotspot dashboard, and then you can send us a little donation that can be IoT agent or mobile tokens. And what does that mean? Like we prove that you own the wallet that you added on the platform, and enables you to also talk to other people in the network, because that's another problem that we saw happening. I think probably almost everyone here who has deployed any Helium hotspots saw that people start putting hotspots too close from you. Maybe it's your neighbor, but you don't know who he is, right? So around 10% of all the users on Hotspot verify their wallets, which means that we build like an internal chatting tool inside of the platform that you can talk to the users without actually having to exchange any information in terms of your address, your email, your phone. We did anonymous ways that hotspots can talk to each other. And then, of course, if the users decide to, they can, of course, send in exchange their phone numbers or whatever they want. But we have around 30,000 users that verify their wallets, and that enable a lot of people to get the organization and the what's the word I'm looking for, helping them coordinate better the deployment of the network, right? So that's like 2 really interesting features that we did. Basically streamlining your whole Helium operations, basically.
Sorry, I was like caught off mute there. Thank you so much, Daniel, for going into a deeper dive on that, because managing the rewards even is just a huge such benefit. And you being such a Helium OG, like part of the first block 1 sync, it took a month, 300, that's insane. And you dived into a little bit about now working on Solana. That was like a huge migration also for the blockchain, but it seems like it's been able to produce a lot more efficiently for you. So I wanted to know if you wanted to like dive into that, and if you guys also have questions from any of our DeWiCats, feel free to throw up your hands or hit the comments, and also like and repost the room. But go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, I think it was last April, right? I think that Helium migrated from their own layer 1 in Solana, and man, it was a wild ride. I'm sure everyone that was here that was part of the time, and especially the people who were building, like the guys from Helium Foundation, the Nova Labs, us. It's quite a lot of work to migrate. There was so much data, I think at the end of the layer 1, I don't remember. I think it was around over 10 terabytes, the Postgres database, and Helium then, of course, moved everything into off-chain data. A lot of the things that are being hosted now on Amazon S3. And then, of course, we had to rebuild a lot of our infrastructure to merge the off-chain and then on-chain data. So basically, just to maintain Hotspot working the way it was, there was a lot of work that needed to be done into just start pulling information now that's coming from Amazon S3 plus Solana. But man, I was so excited when Helium decided to actually move to Solana, because just the magic of smart contracts and everything that allowed them to build after that. It was very, very exciting. But yeah, it was I think it was like 2 months that we didn't sleep much, but it was really cool to get closer and closer from the from the Solana ecosystem as well, and just see all the capabilities that open up from joining Solana, right? And being able to have smart contracts and of course the whole Solana ecosystem, because the Helium layer one was really slowing down progress for sure.
Yeah, those were the good old days. I remember working on the migration and knowing nothing about Solana, and then pinging either Abai or Noah with my dumb questions, even though I still do it. But yeah, those days. I actually remember the day that they said that they were migrating. I had no idea, about anything about Solana at all, and then we had to do the whole migration on the client side with the wallet app. All that was so fast. It's nuts that it was actually just not too long ago.
Yeah, so much has happened, right? It's amazing.
You guys think it's been better since then, Peroni and Daniel? Have you guys enjoyed the Solana experience so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like ups and downs, and a lot of. I think that what Solana enabled Helium to do is grow and expand, right? The way that he needed, because the way that I think I don't know, if it was right now on the old layer one, God knows how big was it's gonna be the database at this point. Um, Definitely was a cool. It's the right way to do. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's needed, right? Progress.
So I promise things will get easier by the end of this year. Also, we have a new protocol, Fire Dancer, that's been being worked on for quite some time, and it's going to increase the TPS of not only the block validators but the client validators, which Solana has 4 client validators. So it's like the second most decentralized blockchain according to the Nakamoto coefficient. I'll stand on that hill and die on it. That's how you rated it, though. So we're just going by it. But it really is truly going to melt faces in the end of this year. I believe Q4 when Fire Dancer is ready to launch. It's live on testnet right now, which is, Solana still technically is still in beta, but it is supposed to launch later this year, and it just seems that with all the stress testing and the software updates that have caused outages, which haven't been nefarious, but it truly have just been trying to push the limits of the chain and increase block space. That's what we saw the degradation for the past that in a couple months ago. I think it was April. It was really bad. It's 30% was going through less than that some days even. So it was just not shutting down the chain in order to create more block space. So now we're at a really good point, and it's only going to get better towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm very excited about Fire Dancer for sure. Yeah, it's just us alone, a small tool on the Helium ecosystem. We use the RPC nodes like crazy. Everything that's happening on the Helium, we're tracking. We have a chat, a internal chat that everything that happens in terms of minting, moving, everything is really cool. You can see everything that's happening in the Helium ecosystem on chain. We have a little Discord channel that keeps popping updates and all the minting, everything that happens. It's exciting. Yeah, we definitely needed unlimited plan for all the RPC that we use, because we keep smashing everything we try to do.
It's amazing. I was so excited for that because I've been extremely bullish on the Helium network and with the mobile and IoT, and I followed along, and I had a Bobcat miner, and so yeah, man, I've been always bullish on the ecosystem. So when they were moving and migrating to Solana, I was so happy, dude. And now you guys meeting the DeWiCats, meeting Hotspotty, and the projects now that are building. Next week, Hive Mapper's coming on. We actually will have the Helium Foundation in the future. So this is exciting things, man. And we just we welcome you with open arms here on Solana. We're so happy to have the DPIN apps and all these amazing projects. And Have you gotten a chance to check out the DeWiCats and the arts and the Meow auctions right now, Daniel?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love it. It's super cool. It's like I think one of the best NFT projects for me right now, especially because it merged everything, right? Merged like the DY and the NFTs and cats.
Daniel's gonna have a DeWiCat real soon. We're
I
working
mean,
on something special for him.
I'm so excited to change my profile picture finally.
That's one of the most beautiful things on Solana is like the PFP culture is incredible. Like once NFT cycle comes back, it's just so much fun. Like the NFT game, and now that we have these new DeFi hybrid, where there's a token paired to the NFTs, so there's constant liquidity always flowing in, which was a huge factor in NFTs for a while. So it's been really interesting. But the DeWiCats are actually going to be doing some collabs with some OG projects, and because any SPL token can be used for the auction to convert it for mobile, and it's just an amazing like auction system for the rest of the year. It's gonna get a lot of hype. 1,000,000 tokens clocked in today. Congratulations to the winner. I can't wait to see that DeWiCat. Hopefully at the next space, episode number 4, rocking your DeWiCat PFP. Daniel, did you want to hop in here or ask any questions? I mean, I'm sorry, Peroni, did you want to hop in here and ask Daniel any questions? Well, we had him.
I do. I do want to just clarify one thing that you mentioned with the auctions. So like when we choose other SPL tokens, we don't convert those to mobile. So like for example, with the Honey token auction that we had a few days back, those SPL tokens go straight into the treasury, just like the H&T one that we had. If that makes sense.
Oh, so that's bullish then. So yeah, you're hodling up. So you're helping out and supporting the community.
Yeah, so it diversifies the treasury. But like again, the DeWiCats can like open a MIP and like do whatever they want with that treasury. If they want to like allocate, 80% of that to mobile or whatever, like that's up to the community.
Yeah, and that's where the votings and the proposals come in. So that's awesome, and that's cool that you guys like hold that, because then you also do help back with the project, and they get a percentage of the raffle as well. So and that's what it's about, man. Having some conviction and supporting other projects. And I told you for a while, the art is absolutely incredible. It just needs to get eyes on it. You sound like you're in such a peaceful place right now, Prony. Like that meme where like they're just like sitting there like unbothered, moisturized in my lane with nature. Like it sounds like you're there right now.
I am in nature
with all your hotspots around you.
I have tons of hotspots around me in nature right now.
And birds.
Yeah. So I do have one question for Daniel. Is there anything new that you're working on that you can let the DeWiCats know?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely right. That's we touched a little bit about that. After being in this space, like breathing helium for so long, we realized that this space that now it's called DeepIn is such a freaking exciting place. I like to think that that's kind of like one of the things that crypto was built for, was decentralized infrastructure. Right, it's something that I also say it's a gateway drug to Web3, because it can onboard a lot of new users into crypto, because it's something that your mom can understand. And what Helium started, like there was some projects like StarJ, XYO, some projects that came a bit before Helium, but Helium is actually the one that kickstarted this ecosystem that we have right now. But there's so many new projects coming to the space, right? You said like there's Hive Mapper coming next week. Then there's over 100 projects, and we end up that we know almost all of them. I like to talk to projects, meet the founders, understand the project, the opportunities in the space. This trying to like the same thing that happened to us, that we were quite early in Helium, and because of that, we managed to build a company on top of that. And with that in mind, we decided, okay, there's so much fragmentation. It's such a big ecosystem, but it's hard to know what's the best next project to also you invest. You deploy some Helium hotspots, but then you have a car, so why don't you buy like a Hive Mapper, a Nadix, a demo device? But there's so many projects coming up that we decided, okay, let's try to build the source of truth of the decentralized infrastructure networks, which we call it DeepIn Hub. So I'd like to invite everyone to go to deepinhub.io, subscribe to our newsletter. That's something that we put in a lot of effort right now. Every 2 weeks, we're sending a newsletter that contains everything that's happening in the ecosystem. I think we're going to start bumping that to a weekly newsletter. And we work with like all the Deepin projects, the layer ones, the Solana, with IoTech, with Peak, with basically everyone. And we always try to, okay, what can you give to our users in terms of alphas, airdrops, opportunity sales, discount, coupon codes, everything. We're really trying to help grow the ecosystem as a whole by bringing education, bringing transparency, bringing opportunities. And one thing that I'm very, very, very excited about, it's still quite early, but if you go to Deepin Hub, you can create an account and you can attach your wallet. It can be like, for example, your Solana wallet. And we're doing something that's not live yet, but it's going to be, we call it Deepin Score. We're going to look at all your wallets and we're going to do like on-chain analysis and see how good of a Deepin citizen you are. And one thing that I want to do is like, if you have a Helium hotspot that's been online for the past 6 months, if you have a DeWiCat in that Solana wallet, that means that you are probably a better Deepin citizen than other people that hasn't done anything in the past, right? Because it is a problem that we see with a lot of Deepin with crypto in general. Like let's think about airdrop farmers. How much value does this project get from those people? Basically zero, right? Because what they do, they go to a Galaxy campaign, they tweet, they like, they bridge, they get an airdrop, they sell it, they move to the next project. They don't add any value. And that's something that we're trying to change. That if you create an account, you cannot fake that you have a DeWiCat in your wallet. You cannot fake that you have a Helium hotspot that's been online for quite some time, right? Or if you have a Hive mapper that made rewards. So we want to take those users and work alongside the project and give those users the best opportunities to be very close with the project. The project actually may even give those users free hardware because they know that those users are actually going to deploy the network to really help build the ecosystem, connecting the CapEx and OpEx for those projects in a way that nobody has this ability to do that, and we're trying to do. So if you go to deepinhub.io right now, we have a list of over 150 projects. I don't remember now the exact number. We have a podcast as well that every week I release that I got some founders. I think we recorded already 32 episodes. We started last November, and it's been every week, nonstop. I definitely want to get the DeWiCats in the podcast as well. But basically, we really want to give people who believe in the Deepin ecosystem and DeWi opportunities to make money, participate, and grow this ecosystem, right? And help the projects, of course, finding those valuable users. That's a little bit of like a TLDR what we're doing. We've been putting a lot of effort. Whatever it's online right now, it's kind of like an MVP that we've been building. But there's going to be a lot of cool things coming up like weekly now. So make sure to subscribe.
Dude, yeah, absolutely right now. Deepinhub.io and subscribe. It's just your email. Don't even need to connect your wallet or anything. Just subscribe to the email. Dude, that is amazing. And I'm seeing like all the new listings that you guys are posting. I pinned up top also you have an upcoming event in July in Lisbon, Portugal. So if anyone wants to connect, for sure that's in the area, you can register. Deepin drinks, dude. That's like that, dude. That's funny.
Yeah.
Peroni, I'm sorry. Did you have your hand up, or were you coming off mic?
No, I was just putting hearts. But yeah, I think that sounds awesome. I had no idea you were working on that, Daniel. Yeah, like for me, that's so useful because I feel like every day there's always something new. And if you're not like on Twitter, like online, checking every single second, you'll miss something. Like it's like how many weeks ago, like out of nowhere, I wake up like Iggy Azalea is all over Twitter, and it's like she's making she has her own carrier, blah blah blah. Like I think that's awesome
Yes.
to subscribe to like some Deepin newsletter and just like be up to date with what's going on.
Exactly. I mean, we put a lot of effort into getting opportunities to our users and getting close to this project. Man, there's so many cool things happening. There's so many projects. They're still very, very early. I am, for example, I'm a mentor for 3 accelerators. There is Outlier Ventures Basecamp, Deepin Surf from IoTex, and Future 3 from Hashkey in Hong Kong. That I'm like trying to I'm a mentor on those accelerators, and there's so much cool shit happening. There's so many new projects that we're like helping from inception, and we're gonna help them try to build this community, the best projects, and even like allow hopefully later the community to invest early stage of those projects. Yeah, there's so much cool things, and it's really hard to be on top of things. So we're trying to be the ones to be on top of that for the community.
Nice, dude. If I could ask, like, what's the process for creating those newsletters? Like, you don't have to give me the secret sauce, but just like, how involved is it?
It's pretty involving. We have a team that does a lot of things. We're basically talking to all the projects in space, and we're trying to always figure out what is the best timing for those projects to be in the newsletter as well. Because we're like, okay, if a project is still like developing, there's a lot of times we list them on the Deepin Hub website, but there's no point of putting them on the newsletter. We're trying to wait. Okay, this project it's about to release something exciting. Let's try to do something for our users and not them to get the users, right? Um, so yeah, it's definitely a lot of work to get it right. But I mean, we've been in space for so long, and we love what we do. So cheers to the team. Also, we have like Pedro and João in the space. Love you guys, part of our team as well. João, Pedro is the one that kicks ass and builds the newsletter after we build the content. It is a lot of work, but it's definitely something that we really really enjoy doing.
Dude, so what are some things upcoming in like the newsletter so I can to expect, and is there any way like other like projects can get involved maybe that aren't like Deepin apps? Because there's a lot of like different projects on Solana that might want to like get involved or stay up to date with things. Do they have the ability to set up profiles like could I with my famous Fox community?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Let's talk. We're always open to anyone in any ecosystem, any blockchain, any project. Just approach us. We're very easy to talk to. Let's set up like a Telegram chat. Let's jump on a call and see how we can help. What we really focus on is like how can we help our community to know really good projects and really cool things that are happening that they'd be interested. So if your project could be a DApp or anything like that has anything related to Deepin, to decentralized infrastructure, DY, yeah, let's definitely talk. We are always open to get to know more people.
Oh, dude, I can even have a little. If you're down, I can have a little Fox corner in your newsletter just to throw in like cool projects to highlight every week. Because like you guys, like there's so many things you can learn about, like Monkey DAO, Clanosaurs, the Tensorians, Mad Lads. Like there's amazing projects that are building here. Sanctum with their liquid staking token. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
we can
have a little crazy corner. Yeah, the newsletter goes out to 230,000 people, and we're growing that quite a lot. So it's definitely people who are interested in helium and want to know more about DY and crypto in general, right? We want to onboard your mom into crypto, so tell her to also join the newsletter.
Oh, dude, I would be so hyped for that. Yeah, to show you guys like a new project on Solana each week, and give them some props and highlight them. That would be awesome. I even know some amazing thread writers and content creators. So yeah, dude, yeah, we definitely got a link, Daniel. I got to show you some amazing things in the Solana ecosystem, and I'm constantly learning about DPINs and apps, and I'm excited for this newsletter now as like a one centralized place that I can keep up to date with everything.
Yeah, man.
What's up, Prony? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, dude.
No, yes, we want Deepin Hub to be the gravitational force of everything that's happening in Deepin, and yeah, let's definitely jump on a call and come up with some great ideas together.
Daniel, so for the newsletter, do you pay in crypto?
I mean, we don't pay, right? It's free.
So you don't? Oh, I thought it was something you could subscribe to and then you pay for it. So it's just you're giving this all for free.
It's all for free, man.
Oh wow.
What we do is like we work with some projects, and sometimes the projects are the ones who sponsor the newsletters. We have the projects that we work with, and then we have like Borderless or some investors or layer one. Sometimes they want to promote. Maybe Solana wants to sponsor something on Breakpoint in Singapore. they can pay for sponsorship, and we take payment. Then we take payments in native tokens for those projects. We'll be more than happy to get Solana to sponsor the podcast or the newsletter, of course.
Well, so I'm gonna be at Breakpoint. I'll actually be speaking at Breakpoint this year for the Drip. I don't know if you've heard of them and what they do for artists, but they also like a big kind of, it's like semi kind of like a newsletter where you can subscribe to different like artists, musicians, content creators, and they go out to like thousands of wallets, and there's like a droplet ecosystem. But really cool project on Solana. But I will be out there at Breakpoint. If you guys will be out there, I'll link. Let's collab. We'll get the Solana Foundation to secure a spot on the newsletter. We'll also include a little Fox corner as well to negotiate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll be there for sure, 100%.
I'll be there for sure too. That's awesome that you're speaking for Drip. This guy, dude, Quix is doing everything, man. This guy's everywhere.
I have to show up in this outfit though. Vibu said it was very. The only agreement was that I show up in my PFP as an adjustment because, yeah, because seeing IRL, it's going to be hard not seeing a fox. Because I am actually a person, but yeah, it's going to be exciting, man. I'll be in Thailand for the next couple months coming up in July. And then, we're going to Singapore, visit Indonesia, got some people out there, Gamble's fam. And, I'm excited for Breakpoint. I'm so hyped. It's going to be a lot of fun this year.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Me too. You got to bring Vibu to one of these DeWiCats episodes.
Dude, if you want, I can get them booked and scheduled, dude. Yeah, let me know. I mean, you guys have been doing a bang up job getting all these amazing DPIN apps, but whenever you're ready, dude, I can show you some amazing projects on Solana. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you guys have come into possibly the greatest blockchain, not only for like tech and stuff. I mean, listen, I'm a big Solana OG, but I love Bitcoin. I implore everyone to own Bitcoin. But what can be done with the tech on Solana in the community that's behind it is unmatched on any blockchain. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so surreal. Like, what has been done, especially during the whole FTX collapse when we hit $8, like these communities kept everything alive. So I would love for you to come explore some of these amazing projects that have been building the past few years. There's incredible, like there's a DeFi platform that is constantly aggregating you the highest, yield every hour. There's amazing games that are built on chain. I just talked to you about Drip. They have like liquid staking protocols that support validators that aren't like validators from like Coinbase and BlackRock, but these are like, really truly helping to just support the decentralized network. So it's just, I'd love to show you. I feel like Willy Wonka right now. Like, come with me. Let me show you the way of Solana. But you guys are OGs in your own realm. You've been in the game for a long time. Hybrid engineer, absolute legend having you up on stage. I'm so excited to cook with you, fam.
I mean, I'm a very, very big Solana fan as well. So you don't need to sell me anything. I'm already sold.
Well, it's not like you had a chance anyway. The migration already happened, so you're here, fam. You got to be bullish. No, I'm joking, but it is amazing community, and like I feel not enough of the community know about the Helium network and DPIN apps and what you guys have been building. And I've even been talking with the DeWiCats to see if they can collab with some projects. I feel their governance would really help, because a lot of these like CTO type projects are in desperate need of some governance system. And you guys have built something so strong and so solid. So shout out to the DeWiCats, to the Helium Foundation. I love everything, man. The wallet, the hotspots, the management, dude. I'm hyped to get more involved in Hotspotty, and I'm excited for these weekly newsletters, fam.
Absolutely. And one thing it's nice to understand, like we have a lot of work to do. Just because, whenever you're in like our crypto bubble that we love so much, last year I was in World Mobile Congress, which is like the biggest telco conference in the world. It's in Barcelona, and I had a booth there from Samsung, one of our investors, and I was talking about DePIN, about Helium, and then I asked like, who here knows about Helium? In the biggest telco conference in the world, 3 people raised their hands. And I was like, that was like a very eye-opening time for me. Because, we talk about Helium, everybody around me knows about Helium, my grandma knows about Helium, but when you step out of the little our bubble that we are in, we realize there's still a lot of work to do, which is a good thing as well, right? That whatever we have now, we know that we're extremely, extremely early and we have a lot of work to do, but we're going to get there.
Dude, it's they've created a really easy system for onboarding. Like on my personal Helium account, I have 29 confirmed like referrals and like 12 pending right now. So it's just like really easy for onboarding, and it just makes sense with a bring your own device. And now they've incorporated the Google Pixel that you can buy with mobile token, and so you buy that first month. And I live in South Florida. I'm moving next month, but when it first launched and they had the $5 hotspot in South Florida for $5 a month, which I still have and I'm still using. It was just so easy to onboard people. They paid the original $5. They started mining mobile token within the first week. They were able to pay for the next 3 months, and they're just like, and they use it sometimes. It's great service, and so I just like, and now they've constantly been shipping. They have like family plans now. The store, you can buy the hotspots indoor, outdoor with mobile tokens. So it really is so easy for onboarding. I'm very happy to support it.
Imagine if they got to Europe soon. That's what I'm waiting for.
Dude, it's going to be worldwide. I see the vision.
Exactly.
Dude. That's why I'm here. I support the DeWiCats. I support the Deepin network, man. And like, I'm so bullish on what you guys are building. I appreciate the tech. Like, I'm a fox. Like, I love utilities. If you ever check out famousfoxes.com, you'll see a whole plethora of utilities. Like, we have some tools that some projects make their entire like foundation. It's just one of the many tools we have. So also a project I'd love to introduce you guys to that I think would be super bullish for you to incorporate with. I'm excited. I'm excited to be part of this. I want to help build your newsletter. I know you already have so many subscribers, but we could get that to millions.
Absolutely.
Let's get that subscriber market cap way up. Let's go ahead and get everyone subscribed. So everyone in this room should already have dropped their emails, fam. It's free to do, just like liking and reposting for our listeners around the world who weren't able to make it live. We do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes we got to switch it up a little bit, so just stay tuned, but turn noties on. Keeps the reminder set. Also, the meow auctions are going on, so that's something that you should always be up to date on if you are looking to snipe a DeWiCat, get part of the community. Peroni, did you want to follow up with any call to action items or anything that you wanted to cover that we might have missed, or any last minute questions for Daniel while we still had him here?
No last minute questions. Just want to let everybody know that we have the Blink that's already in production. So if you didn't see, we have that blockchain link that you can just like send through Twitter, and anybody can interact with the auctions. We also have that pinned on our Twitter account if you want to just straight up bid from Twitter. This week we also launched support for TipLink. I think that's how you pronounce it. And with TipLink now you can actually just bid on auctions with your Gmail account. The TipLink is just like an easy way to onboard Web2 users into Web3. So you don't have to do your whole like seed phrase, remember the words, private key. Just log in with Gmail. You can fiat on ramp, and then you can just bid on a DeWiCat, and you could even do everything on the DeWiCat website, like interact, like claiming, voting. You can do that all with a TPIN link.
Dude, and have you seen the new Blinks that just also launched on Sol?
Yeah, so that's what I'm referring to. So yeah, DeWiCats, we already launched a Blink, so you can bid straight through Twitter.
Oh, okay, perfect. No, because TipLink was that's like the separate wallet like for your email though, right? But like with Blinks, you can that's the email that it's used through is TipLink.
No, so okay, TipLink is one thing that we added support to, which is on our website. So when you connect your wallet, you connect with TipLink, and then Blinks, the blockchain links, is like something you can. It's these links that you can actually just send through Twitter, and it becomes like an interactable, almost like mini app where you can like, interact with the blockchain straight through Twitter. What we did is that we created a Blink that allows you to bid on the most current, on the active DeWiCat that's up for auction.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing, dude. Yeah, dude, wait, why is that not pinned up top right now? Where is that right now? We have to pin that up top.
It's the pinned tweet on DeWiCats on our page. So in order to see
number 86.
in order to see that, you have to be on your desktop and you have to go on Phantom on the experimental links and enable X actions. Once you do that, you can actually see like the interactable mini app.
Dude, that's amazing. We need some content also to like introduce people for that. So I'm gonna get you hooked up. Yeah, we gotta get some educational stuff on that because that's gonna be hard to explain to degens over and over.
Yeah.
But bullish on this, dude. This is actually it is actually amazing, this new tech. So it's gonna help really like reduce the friction with people having to download wallets and the seed phrases, and this is amazing. I'm really excited for that. So I'm glad that you guys are using the tech, and it's pinned up top right now. The next DeWiCat is dropping, the number 88. You said something special about that. You want to leak any alpha for the ones that stayed through the entire episode before we head out of here?
Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. So we have a lucky cat coming out tomorrow. It's going to be a legendary. Number 88 is a lucky number. And so that's all I can give you. It's going to be a lucky cat legendary. It's going to be awesome. So it should be out like at 1 p.m. EST tomorrow.
Dude, I'm so bullish on that. I actually have a lucky cat on my desk. I truly believe that. I love businesses that have that there. It's a sign of good fortune. Yeah, you're right. In the Asian culture, 88 is a very lucky number and sign. So super bullish on that. Thank you for the alpha. Appreciate that. Daniel from Hotspotty, thank you so much for your time tonight. Did you have any last words or messages to Web3 in the world and the listeners that just are listening back or tuning in right now?
Yeah, no, man. Thanks so much for inviting me here. I just want to remind everyone that we're early. There's a lot of work to be done, and it's going to be really, really exciting going forward. So let's go. LFG.
Let's go, dude. You're right. We are early, and people forget you're not just early to the ticker and the price, you're early to the technology and the knowledge. I say this in all my spaces, man. Like, it's so important. People are going to pay so much money to fast track courses to try to learn what you guys have been doing for the past few years now. Take advantage of this. Hop in the Discords, chat with these teams before these projects absolutely blow out of proportion. We are never going to be able to get in touch with Peroni or Daniel. You're going to have to go through different teams to get a message from them. So this is the future. This is the way. Thank you guys so much for supporting not only us, but the network. DeWiCats Hotspot, episode number 3. Tune in next week. We appreciate the love and support. And Peroni, make sure to leave a little quick 6-second delay because Elon Musk fired 80% of the employees and Twitter Spaces aren't fixed yet. So,
all right. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you everyone for showing up. Keep your eyes out on the Meow auctions. Thank you, Quicks, for being an amazing host as always. And thank you so much, Daniel, for showing up and representing Hotspotty. I owe you a couple beers in Singapore. That's fine.
I'll take it.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We have a quant, he is the head of hedge funds at UBS. He ran his own $12 billion fund. He is like one of the top quants in the world. He's on the team. We have a guy from Kraken who is the head of banking and payment. We have the ex-head of Binance executive search. Like, we're building a superstar team. You guys know me. I've been on here a long time. Anyone who doesn't know, I'm Joa, who's on here a lot. We really are building like a superstar team. This is a huge.
Come on, Joel. Can you just give me a couple seconds? So, guys, for everyone that
go
doesn't,
ahead. You go.
For everyone that doesn't know Joa, which I assume a lot do not. So Joa is like the best of the best when it comes to branding, positioning, and marketing, all in one combined. He's been working with several huge enterprises in the last decades, such as Unilever, Airbnb. He turned them around and worked for many beer brands. I remember, Joa, you even mentioned that you had some business relations to Sui and some other big Web3 enterprises as well. So I just wanted to quickly hop in here and give you the well needed respect that you have earned throughout the entire years.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's I hate talking about myself. But yeah, so look, we're running the airdrop. It should be a pretty big airdrop, to be honest. We're actually giving more portion than you normally get in an airdrop. We are starting season 2 soon, so if you don't get in by the end of this week, there'll be another season coming in about 2 weeks. As we begin to launch them, we'll launch in August, and I think it really gives people an opportunity to get into an AI project if you've missed some of the other AI projects out there. Many of the exciting AI projects have been about the data itself, like providing the data. We're more about aggregating it and translating the data. So we don't really see anyone who's really competing directly with us. So you have a chance to get in on an AI project fairly early as well.
Amazing.
Oh man,
Yeah.
go
Wow.
for it,
That was
AJ.
a lot. Yeah, for sure. I was just kind of like going over your Twitter and listening to everything you're saying. I mean, like, everybody out there, how many people are in this space? We got about 3,200, almost 3,300 accounts in this space. Guys, make sure you head over to Moonberg AI. Give them a follow. Make sure you keep tabs on what they're doing. They just said it. They said the two magical words, David. I'm pretty sure you heard them say it. They said airdrop coming. There's even a season 2 if you missed this one. So definitely head over there. Give them a follow. Make sure that you don't miss out on this ship. I mean, I wish I could go back in time and get early in on Ocean, or get early in on Fetch, or Singularity Net, or even Pal AI, as that one was coming up earlier this year. I mean, we've seen so many back-to-back-to-back AI projects just rip, because actually that's a very hot button, buzzworthy, notable trend in the crypto markets right now. So guys, this is an early project. They're building, they have the roadmap, they have the airdrop coming. Make sure you go give them some love. Head over there, give their account a follow. I already followed the account, and I'm going to follow the journey as well, because as a trader, I would like to have all the things in one place. That sounds extremely convenient. So, I have one final question for you guys. Then, David, if you want to follow up and take us out, that'd be great. My final question is the same final question I give to every project, because I really do this. I am curious about this. Where do you see this project in 5 years?
Oz, you want to take that, or you want me to take it? I feel like I've done all the talking so far.
Yeah, sure. I can definitely take it over. So, as I previously already mentioned, 5 years. Obviously, there is some sort of vision, but I think more importantly is really taking care about the customer feedbacks and see how the people actually use the product in the long run, and decide based on that in which direction we are nudging the project, if in some sort of sense, if that makes sense to that. But in the long run, I definitely see the Moonberg terminal becoming like, how I actually say that. I do have this certain idea in mind. As example, when David previously talked about, if he finds a token, right, or UHA, you have like your 30 Google Chrome tabs open, and you're all the time alerted, and you try to stay awake and catch up. I think what Moonberg Terminal will definitely give us as retail traders or degens in this market is efficiency. I think that is what will be one of the biggest values that we can add at the end of the day. It's leveraging the AI aspect. It's leveraging about the fractionalized data points and the metrics that we have on the market. We try to combine them. We offer like the whole user journey. It doesn't really matter if you're researching, if you're doing some due diligence, if you want to scan the contracts, if you want to execute the trades or whatsoever. The importance is here, like, we really try to cut down the noise and combine that user flow seamlessly, that you can leverage it on the go, and you don't really need to spend, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, sometimes even 30 minutes do your due diligence, just because as there is a project that has some complexity and things on the Gitbook side, and you're not sure about the sentiment of the community, so you need to dig in a bit on the Telegram groups and Discord. You need to check out all the tweets and stuff like that. So it has been like, it is a part of the business. I think we all can agree, but I think we also can agree, especially the degens out there. It's always more fun being a part of the project rather than doing the due diligence. That has been my point of view, especially in 21. I hated doing the research, but I needed to do it because I hated to get rugged. So how can I avoid getting rugged? It's the only way to be prepared, and make informed decisions. Back to your questions, long term. Yeah.
No, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to finish up quickly, and then you can also add your thoughts on it too, Joe. In the long run, I definitely see Moonberg become like some sort of the same as Bloomberg is for the traditional finance. I really believe that something like Moonberg is very well needed in this market. It's still like you see still like every month or even like every week coming new projects on the market, focusing on some similar techs, or on wrapping up the same type of data points, having the same type of business models. I think we are doing things differently, by utilizing what has already been built on the market and combining that. So that's why I personally think Moonberg is set to become some of the go-to places in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I just want to kind of repeat that sentiment. It's my vision in 5 years is to have David come up here on Spaces just like he just did and say, "You're not a real player unless you have Bloomberg in the TradFi world." I want him to come up and say, "You're not a real player unless you use Bloomberg in the crypto world." That's my goal.
Oh man, that is one hell of a goal, let me tell you. And I usually like to save the end of these spaces rather than me asking a question. We heard something incredible from Oz. Joa, you kept it short and sweet, and this one is more for you. There's a lot of people in here. I can't even count that high, the number of listeners that are in here right now. A lot came for AJ. More probably came for Mario. I know a lot more came for you guys, Moonberg. Some follow the other speakers too. One or two came for me. Joa, this is your chance to just speak from your heart, touch their soul, get through to them. What is something that you really want everybody to? What do you want sticking in people's minds after this space?
Look, depending on who you are, whether you're a newbie, whether you're a casual trader or a day trader, like we all have pain points. Like if you're a casual trader, you have time constraints. If you're a newbie, you have security problems. If you're a day trader, you need to control your emotion. If you're a long-term investor, you're looking out for regulations and what's happening on the macroeconomic level. This is what it's going to help you with, right? It's the biggest pain that you have, regardless of what type of crypto investor trader that you are. We're trying to get you the information so you can make the best decisions. Because at the end of the day, like a lot of these whale accounts, a lot of people don't know, but they have a huge team behind them, right? So if I'm trading, like the whales that are trading memes, they know how much the holders are growing. They know on a daily basis how many more followers they have. They know what's going on in Telegram. And the reason why they know that is because they have a team of like 20 people getting all that information and making a decision on it. You're one guy behind a computer screen trying to beat this team of 100 people. Good luck, right? And I hate that because I've been the one guy behind a computer screen, like all of you, right? And that's why Moonberg's here is now you have 100 guys, except it's 100 data streams into an AI to make sure that you're on an equal playing field with the big guys, so that they're not they're not controlling everything, and you have a real chance to win.
Oh man! Oh, hey, listen, Joa, you nailed it right there. You spoke to my soul. Everybody, make sure you are following Moonberg AI. This guy, they are going to be. Joa said his goal. He will not sleep. He will not stop until they are that standard for all of us here in crypto. Teaching a DGen like me the ways of AJ. That is very rare. On top of that, tokens all around. Guys, there is so much action happening within their ecosystem. Exciting stuff. AI, they're defending us from the evil AI, making sure that our space went off without a hitch, aside from me, but I came right back because of Moonberg AI. I want to thank all of the listeners for coming out, all of the speakers for coming up. Make sure everybody follows everybody because all of these big brains are teaching you what you need to know, and I'm just here narrating it, trying to make you laugh along the way. Until next time, everybody,
Oh man, just Moonberg AI. You guys are awesome. I hope everybody has a great day.
Get rich or get wrecked. Peace.
Because as it were, you see there are a lot of television gaps that are available that are unused, and we can channel this unused television band for connectivity, for connection to the internet. So if government can invest in buying this infrastructure and making it subsidizing the amount as it were, or making it free for people to utilize, I think it will go a long way to bridge the digital divide. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noah. That's true. I think one thing Francis kept on saying was infrastructure, and I know infrastructure requires inputs and funds. So that's a very interesting take from you. Omolara, don't know if I'm mentioning it right, but I see you're still connecting. Let me give you a few seconds. Okay, yeah, you've connected. You could go ahead, Esther.
Okay, good evening. Please kindly confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so there's been a lot of discussion before I came in, but I'm actually glad because for me, I feel part of the solution to this problem is what we are doing now. To even know that there's a problem is at least a solution to the affordability of internet, right? Because before now, we don't have the exact determinant of where these problems were actually coming from, but it's a step forward that we actually know that it's actually a problem and we're trying to come up with solutions for it, right? And as regards the questions Francis raised about the cost of the internet, the truth is I don't think that the price is going to be the same for every country, right? Because some other countries are developed than the other. That means some would have the infrastructure than the other, and there are other determinants like let's say the accessibility of the fiber optic closer to the sea and all that. Those are other determinants that might make the internet affordable to one region than the other. So we should also put that in mind that no matter how much we try to make it affordable, it's not going to be the same price for every region, for every country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that's also a valid contribution. We are far, I think we are 5 minutes. We are 5 minutes over time. So we are going to round up this discussion. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, listening to us or joining in, and probably you would have a flow up space or a flow up event. So can you look out? I've linked the pages up there. The West African Internet Governance Forum, and then the replies from this particular space. So for any information, can you look on top there, and then you can click on the tweets to lead you to the page. I'll be closing the space in 10 seconds. So thank you once again for joining, and see you next time. And thank you to our speakers too for contributing.
Thank you. Speak soon.
Bye.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye bye.